morning to you. Welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on not just another channel, Camnet TV. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakaleji, and yes, of course, I have Lisa Kanyanga Mwanga on set with me, as we will be right here to make sure that you have an awesome weekend. We've got so many things outlined for you, different discussions and also topics to make sure that you're part of this show. Lisa, hi.
Good morning, Precious. How are you doing?
I'm hungry.
But I offered you something to eat just now.
We shared, but I'm hungry.
Okay, let's just say you're not satisfied with what I've given you. Like, I went an extra mile to make sure. I'm kidding.
I'm like, oh no, here we go with the speech of, I have sacrificed my time to get you something, and you're here saying sunakute.
Eh?
Talking like an actual mother.
I know, right? I know. How's been your week?
My week has been great. Just excited, counting down to the election dates. 12 days to go, exclusion of today. And yeah,
I'm equally looking forward to the elections. My week has been great. So much happening. A lot to talk about. Oh, well, we have quite a lot lined up for you on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. For now, we get into our morning boost. So get your sports gear on, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, and exercise those muscles.
It's a beautiful morning and I welcome you to Morning Boost. I'm so glad that you've tuned in and hope you had a great night. So let's do some workouts this morning and we're going to have a great time. So we're going to start with a warm-up and then make some aerobics movements for today. Okay, ready? Let's go. A beautiful morning to everybody and welcome to Morning Boost. Let's go. Go. And the V step now. Let's go. Last V step. Back to step touch. V step. Let's go. Let's go. And marching. And 4, 3, 2, step touch, go. Bring in your hands now. Let's go. Let's go. Just a quick workout in the morning. Not a full-fledged workout, no. Keep going. And 4, 3, 2, hamstring, go. Four, 3, 2, step touch. Four, 3, 2, and hamstring. And 4, 3, 2, step touch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Stay at it. Go. Easy basic workouts for the morning. And marching. Skip jump now. Go. Let's go. Skip. Try this. Even if you feel heavy in your body, you can do this. Let's go. There's always a first time. You may struggle, but it's doable. Let's go. And 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Change now. Let's go. Very easy for a morning workout. Lift your knee very high. Go. Let's go. Stay at it. Stay at it. We're going to bring in a kick now from a knee high to a kick. Go. Go. Let's go. Let there be a blood circulation on your legs so that you don't have that numbness you feel at times. Kick. 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 Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Straight kicks now. Go. Straight kicks. Go in the sides. Okay, keep going. Almost done with our 5 minutes workout. Knee high. Try this every morning. It's gonna do wonders to your body. Let's go, we're almost there. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is Isaac Matsa, your presenter. I'm gonna see you next time at the same time, and have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you also exercised, and it's very important to keep fit. We always mention on this program that we are very much dedicated and we are very much concerned about your health, and we make sure that every Saturday we have something that can actually help you. Imagine if you exercised, you dedicated yourself to exercising every Saturday. I think that would really, be something of value to your life. And we all want to live long at the end of the day. And one of the ways that we can actually live long is ensuring that we are living a healthy life. Well, like I had mentioned earlier, we have so much lined up for you. And the question that we are asking you today is there an equal playing field for all political parties to campaign currently? We have how many days to go till the election? Is it 10? 11? 11 more days to the election.
To the 12th.
So do you feel that there is an equal playing field for all political parties participating in this general election to campaign? What is your take? I have my own opinion. She has her own opinion.
What's
you
your
have
opinion?
Your own opinion concerning everything. So what we are considering is from the time that the elections, from the time that the campaigns were open, do you think that the playing field has been equal? Whether it's from, political parties that are just gaining mileage now to those already established, to those that are already in the ruling. What do you think? The number that you are getting in touch on?
Well, you can call us on 0968675273. That's 0968675273. Or get to our Facebook platform on Camnet TV. Like the page, and the question has been posted there for you. Comment, and we will gladly read the comments right here live on the show. Or you can actually come through and call us in the studio, live in the studio. That's 0968675273. Is there an equal playing field for all political parties during this campaign period? And also remember that you can come through with your contributions and suggestions if there are any news clips that will play that you feel you'd love to comment on, and what your opinion is on the other side.
The ballots have started coming in.
Yay! Yes.
We are almost there. 11 days. You know, we've waited. We've been counting down for the last, what, 3 months? And we are almost there. Just a few days to go. I hope you know where your voter's card is. I surely know exactly where I put my voter's card.
Actually, I haven't checked it in like 2 weeks, so I'll do that today. I'll check.
You have to. This is not the time to not know exactly where your voter's card is. I think, you know, from my analysis, I think this year we are going to have a good turnout.
Especially from youth.
Yes, especially from the youth. I think people are going to come out in numbers to vote. It's not going to be like the previous election that we had, because, you know, we had a by-election and then we had the general election.
So people were
tired, people were like, and then this again. It was too soon. But then now it's been 5 years. And I think people are excited. We've gotten new voters. Of course, other people have lost us. But I don't think the numbers can compare to the new voters that have actually registered. And most people are actually voting for the first time. So there's a lot of excitement.
There is a lot of excitement. And also not only from first-time voters. I feel from majority of the Zambian citizenry. Like, they're just excited. I'm equally excited as well. So it's really up to you while you go and vote this coming 12th August. Either you're going to maintain the current government or change the government. It's up to you to decide. And also, like I say, any other day when we bring up the topic of election and also voting, is that there's a whole lot more that you need to consider apart from that Chitenge material, that t-shirt, that bunch of 100 kwachas, the promises and stuff like that. Look into the aspiring candidates, get to know them, get to understand what they're bringing to your community when it comes to mayoral and also the councillor seats and stuff like that. Members of parliament, not forgetting that. So you need to understand their manifesto. You need to understand that while you're voting, this is going to last for the next 5 years. In case of resignation or death, but full term is 5 years. So while you're making that decision, remember that you're signing up for 5 years.
Yes, indeed. 5 years is a long time, because a lot of things can happen even within a day.
True,
so now imagine 5 years.
24 hours.
Anyway, something peculiar happened yesterday. I would ask that our technical team be on standby to play us this clip where ballots were received yesterday at the airport, and unfortunately they were amongst what was received. There were other things that were not identified.
Like what?
Let's get into that clip.
How did I?
Our staffer, Zipporah, actually was on the ground to actually get actual details of what was happening concerning the ballot papers that arrived in the country, because they've been sending them in batches, because we haven't chartered a plane, and the ballots are coming aboard Emirates. So some unidentified things were found within that batch of ballot papers, which caused a bit of panic, which caused a bit of alarm amongst the monitors that were there to receive the ballot papers.
Now I'm curious.
Are we ready with that clip?
Now I'm curious.
Let's go straight into it.
As the gate closed behind the last consignment of ballot papers for Zambia's general elections, a non-cargo was spotted being offloaded from the Emirates flight, which was strictly assigned to carry ballot papers. This caused anger and suspicions from political parties present, who demanded for the unknown cargo to be opened.
We are surprised that we have this consignment that we're not sure of, and what we are demanding here as political parties, all the political parties that are represented here, is that we must be able to check what is in here.
We're not informed in terms of this consignment. So we want to find out what's in here. That's what we're waiting for.
Demanded from ECZ to tell us of what happened, what transpired for this consignment to get onto where it was not supposed to. So we need all these clarifications to avoid speculations. We expected only to see the ballot papers, in short, election materials, not phones, not motors, not these other things. And whose are they?
Unfortunate that even the ECZ is not aware that actually these things were going to come on board.
Officials from the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, when questioned, were at pains to explain how the cargo found itself on the flight as they made one phone call after the other. It was finally decided that the unknown cargo should be opened as the political party representatives grew angrier as time went by. Upon opening the boxes, it was discovered that some of them contained batteries and mobile phones, while others could not be opened due to the boxes being too many. Meanwhile, some of the political party representatives had this to say after the unknown cargo was opened.
During elections, do we use phones? The answer is yes. What if there's an app there? When dealing with PVT, we use the phones. So we want to ensure that these materials, there are batteries, there are phones, they can be kept at the warehouse until after elections.
ECZ Senior Corporate Affairs Officer Ms. Sylvia Walya states that ECZ does not know how the cargo found itself on the flight meant to only carry ballot papers.
We received what we came to receive, and the other consignment is not under the Electoral Commission of Zambia. We were only here to receive our ballot papers.
Maybe are you able to confirm with us whether this flight was specially chartered by the Electoral Commission of Zambia?
Yes, of course. The chartered flights, all the 4 flights, were chartered to deliver the consignments of ballot papers for the general election.
Meanwhile, the country has received the last consignment of ballot papers for 47 constituencies and awaits verification of the ballot papers set for 31st July 2021. Zipporah Mushala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
You can't afford to make such mistakes at such a time.
I am, lack of better term, disappointed that the Electoral Commission of Zambia doesn't know that there was such in the batch. Well, mistakes are inevitable during this moment, but it shouldn't be something deliberate.
Some mistakes are very costly. Like, you can't afford to make such mistakes. We are at a time where everybody, everybody's intuition, everybody's expectations are over here. So to have a situation where foreign things are found amongst a consignment that should have been only carrying ballot papers, it causes alarm among its stakeholders, because now they are wondering to say, if foreign material can be found amongst ballot papers, then what else can be found? Because as the reporter said, they actually didn't manage to open the rest of the boxes because of the nature that they were sealed in, and also that they were going to take the whole day there. So I think we need an official position coming from the Electoral Commission of Zambia just to clarify why, whether it was a mistake on the part of the airline, because I know that other people have ordered things and it's commercial, it's business. Yeah. So maybe, just maybe, they thought to keep, maybe there was some space, so they said, no, we might as well take this batch. But I'm sure they were aware of the nature of the material that they were ferrying.
But again, listen, if you're gonna head that direction, then the Emirates would have informed the Electoral Commission of Zambia to say, well, we have this situation and there's some space in the plane that's carrying your ballot papers. So they would have asked for permission to actually squeeze in other foreign materials. Because now, if Emirates is going to come through now to say, oh, no, we apologize, we didn't inform the commission that this is what was happening. There's
going to be a lot that is
mixed emotions.
Yes, because other people are going to say, no, they're conniving, they're covering, because we don't know. At this point, you can't afford to make such mistakes, because it's very costly. It's very costly. We are dealing with something that is very sensitive. And it's unfortunate that that has happened. I'm sure by the end of this day, the Electoral Commission of Zambia will have to clarify what exactly happened, why those foreign things, and phones, and also batteries.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's ballot papers
and phones in the same consignment,
and batteries. Like, And I had to say maybe that badge should actually be put aside until the elections.
That's what I'm saying, to say we are...
It's strange.
Yes, it's very
really
strange. And anyway, we are yet to see what other stakeholders... Even I am a key stakeholder in this. And I'm concerned because, I don't know, maybe those are for Munali constituency where I'm voting under. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
You're voting from which constituency again?
I don't know what constituency, but I'm
no,
voting
Precious, you can't afford not to know which constituency. So if you don't know the constituency you're voting under...
But you voted at Twin Palm.
If you don't know the constituency you're voting under, then that means that you're most likely not to know the candidates.
Oh, true.
So who's standing? Who's going to be on your ballot for MP? Councillor?
I don't know.
Oh my God. We seem to have a caller on the line.
Do we?
I thought I heard something.
Okay, so if you want to come through, remember, I don't know why I'm being attacked, Sensen.
No, but I'm just...
But I'll do my research.
And I've been asking you to do your research.
No, you didn't ask me. You're just asking me at what's
and
your
this goes out to each and every person that is voting in this election. Please know your candidate. It's not a matter of which political party you support and you go and just cross and everywhere just because they're from your political party. No, I don't think that. Anyway, it's your choice. But personally, I feel that I will be able to choose from whichever political party that I feel is going to be able to deliver. Because political parties are sometimes not strong in all the areas. Let's say, for instance, if I feel that the one that is standing on the mayoral race isn't my preferred candidate, I prefer the one from, let's say, for instance, from MMD. I am going to cross MMD. I am going to cross PF. I am going to cross which other political parties are there? It becomes very overwhelming. Heritage, whichever, UNIP or whatever.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
We're all right, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. My contribution is just correct materials that I found in the ballot papers, those that are ready to remove the suspicion of us voters, us Zambians. Since the issue is you don't know where those decisions come from, let them change them because they don't have the honor. But the show is the voted body, but the show first and the statistics that they are just a winning. And let the put that is talking because there is a winning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my contribution.
What's your... Okay, what's your name? Oh, okay. And also our topic of discussion, do you think there's an equal political playing field for all political parties when it comes to campaigns?
The playing is not people the campaign started. We are seeing two not political parties are not offered fair play in such a way that the political parties, the policies they use them to campaign, while the police are supposed to protect the public. And if you look at what happened in Sparta, it has called for standoff. That is illegal. People must campaign against the story, but police should not be taking or having
sides.
Yes, they are supposed to do that. They are supposed to get the settlement. This is not the police we know in the MLC government. We never saw that kind of lawlessness.
Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Okay, there you have it. So if you'd like to come through as well to say your opinion.
His comment made me laugh. I couldn't help it. I couldn't hold it. I'd be shocking each other.
Be shocking each other.
Not that they don't. Okay, the airlines, ECZ, and everybody else is yet to establish who owns those. So it's not like they don't have an owner. The question is, how did they find themselves amongst the consignment for ballot papers? So we have quite a number of contributions that are coming through on the Facebook page. This is coming from Clever M. King, and he says the ECZ know very well who owns those things. All the boxes, including the ballots, have to be checked. If there are institutions you can't trust in Zambia, it's the ECZ, police, and the health. Then coming from Graham Malasa, who says this year's election field is only favoring the ruling. So what happened? We saw what happened the day before yesterday in Chipata. That shows that it's not unfair. And from Arnold says all the boxes must be checked up. Chile Moves says not at all. The ruling is being selfish. It is campaigning in the name of COVID. And we have Hatembo following all the way from Solwezi district in Northwestern Province. Thank you so much for your contributions. If you're watching us via Facebook, please type your contribution, your question, whatever it is that you want to say. We will be able to read it through right here live on The Breakfast Show.
You're okay, Nichabe. If you'd love to come through as well, it's 0968675473. 0967685273. Would love to hear from you and what you would love to say, or get to our Facebook platform like Liseli mentioned, that's Camnet TV, and we would gladly read your comments out loud.
So much activity has been taking place. You wanted to say something?
I haven't lost my... Oh, yes, I wanted to say something about the members of parliament and also some candidates that are running. I know two. From one is from the ruling, one is from the opposition.
Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, how are you?
We are all right. Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. Brighton.
Please go ahead with your contribution, sir.
Yes. Madam.
Yes, sir.
There is a problem with the Kaka
Yeah, Bwanji.
I emphasize the benefit owner. Because we do the benefit take of my book. Vitu onesa mjana kuti na mwosema rungu. Mudana predika makore nazi. Mokarasai. So these are times that the politicians wake up from other political parties. Playground is only favoring the PM. Awanajuati kujala. Praise na papa cha maboja za ganga. Sikaenda kuboja. Sieni jitopelena kwa mchito. Sikenete nango.
Well, this is not a platform to campaign, but just to air your opinion. Your opinion. We are not favoring any political party.
In short, madam, it was to shock because we got to campaign what we have directly. Udaka presenta kuti nato longo pasene kudalika. So kuvisho ngati kuvisho kamendo mas. Yote wana kudalo cha mabuga. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
While he was talking, and we were talking about equal political playing field, I personally feel that the Patriotic Front is at advantage because it's a ruling. So even when they're doing certain developmental projects, mentally you think it's a campaign, and also for them it's an advantage to them because it's a ruling party. They will get their attention whenever they go wherever. And also there was a concern that the police are handling things differently when it comes to the ruling and also the main opposition, which is the UPND. I saw a PF cadre being manhandled by the police, I think that was yesterday on social media. I don't know what he did. So I feel it's an equal campaign field, but because the Patriotic Front is the ruling, we feel they are giving more opportunities than the opposition. And also one thing that he mentioned was the main opposition, which is the UPND party, where he was in Eastern Province and he had issues. He was kept for 2 hours before he could actually continue with his campaigns and also media appearances. We'll see a whole lot of those happening. Okay, and I laughed of a comment he passed, Hakainde Hichilema, to say, I will sue you as an individual and you're going to lose. For me, I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. Not forgetting Mr. Membe. Fred Membe has actually been making headlines when it comes to certain Bemba courts that I've never heard of. And I'm like,
he's very good.
Is this allowed during campaigns? Because I personally feel it's vulgar language. I personally feel it's vulgar language. And if his target is the young people, of course he's not going to target somebody who's 75, 72. His majority target is the youths, which is like 18 to 35, 30, somewhere there. For me, that's a turn-off. That's a vote he's lost if I was planning to vote for him. He was my third option if I was to go and vote. I had I have 5 candidates lined up. If I don't vote for this party, it's going to be this party, according to how they will impress me with their debates, their manifestos, and how their campaigns have been from the time the campaign period was open. So for me, that was just, yeah, it's like this. The
playing field is like this.
Is like this. It's like this.
Well, quite interesting there.
We have a caller. Hello? Okay, no, we don't.
What was interesting for me to see during this campaign, was it during the course of the week? There was, I know the MMD were on the Copper Belt province, and they're making strides there to ensure that they gain the electorate. Socialist Party has made quite interesting headways in terms of the rural parts of this country. People actually know about the Socialist Party. When it comes to, if I had to give awards for the people that have gone the furthest and the people that have done their homework when it comes to ensuring that even their campaign messages are interpreted. That even their campaign messages are interpreted in all the local languages. I think I would give it to the Socialist Party.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well.
Yes, they will communicate to you in a language that you understand. And I think kudos to them. I know the UPND were in Eastern Province, and it was interesting to note that at the time that the UPND were in Eastern Province, the PF were in Southern Province. They were in each other's strongholds. So it was quite interesting. I know, what party is this? I know Jackson Silabwe was also in Mufulira, making strides also to ensure that he gets the electorate voting for him.
And
so people are everywhere.
Quite a number.
People are everywhere campaigning. They are on the ground.
And also I noticed that there are certain people that don't usually watch the news, and they would think the only parties that are campaigning is the ruling and the main opposition.
No, that is not the case.
They're thinking that because that's what they're seeing. They have not been around on the ground and trying to check who's done what. I know the EFF were in, I've forgotten which province they were in, which was like last week. So political parties are moving around, but just because we have got the ruling and the main opposition, you think it's only the two.
Because trust me, I know there are political parties that know that they are not winning this election, but it's not even about 2021.
Yes, it's about
they are eyeing
the after
2026.
5 years.
They are eyeing elections that are coming after. What they are doing is just setting a pace, making ground, and ensuring that they do whatever they need to do to make themselves known, so that by 2026 the game changes.
So like giving you an option to say, oh, okay, this time around we're not on the ballot.
No, even those that are actually on the ballot, they are very strategic. They know to say this year they are not winning.
They're not winning,
but their focus is in future.
In future, which is a good thing. Foresight is actually very important. So it is what it is. if you feel you have a different opinion from what Lisele and I have been saying...
I have not stated my opinion. I never state my opinion. Me, the only thing that I come so strong against and I'm very unapologetically about is violence, tribalism. That you know my stance.
I haven't heard any this past week in the news. I haven't. I haven't read or heard any.
Violent activities?
I haven't. Unless you're telling me otherwise, because you're more in the exposed than I am. I haven't.
I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I haven't heard any.
We have more comments coming through from Facebook. Innocent Nyimba says the political field is not fair. Let the PF give chance to other parties to campaign. There is a lot of intimidations impacted on the opposition. Also, Mr. Lungu's, okay, I don't know about this. Mr. Lungu's association with Uganda is now beginning to be seen in the open. Katutu Gerald also says, I don't understand if currently the president is not also a presidential candidate like others. If so, why is he allowed to campaign in the name of project monitoring this time when cabinet is closed? Let the president allow PSS to do the monitoring. We are not happy with this year's campaign strategy by the ruling part. That's Gerald from Chongwe. Kennedy Muyabi says, watching from Livingstone, my take is that let the consignment be well managed in terms of security so as to avoid speculations, which I agree. Are you able to read on the screen?
I am.
I'm not wearing my glasses. And
I am able to read.
I never thought in my life I would be...
such issues.
No. I never thought in my life I would be that adult who gets their glasses when they have to read.
Like, Daddy, mommy, I've brought my report card. Pass me my glasses.
And now that is me.
Well, while you were reading the comments, there was a question that clicked in my head. The ballot papers, the batches that are coming in, because they're specified in which constituency they're for. So, because of the names, of course,
yes,
and the candidates. So now I'm thinking, do they get to have a specific number of how many ballot papers go in a constituency?
Yes, depending on how many registered voters they are in that constituency.
Which brings me back to my question again. So that means that that batch that had foreign materials...
Hello, good morning.
Yes, madam.
How are you?
I'm quite much weekend.
I'm quite precious. You can go ahead with your contribution. I'm a ballot papers. Awe tatulandire atukuli ama ballot papers yambi tulandire ati uma ballot papers wasangwa ifintu fimbi.
Yeah, you're bem. Oh my God, I didn't know. Not at some kulama ballot papers are extra. Awe mwalisangwa ama phone na ama batteries. Apadi battery ama ballot papers epasangure ama boxes umwali ama phone na ama batteries na fimbi.
Ukutaita kuma nosha kuipota ifano wengine abantu bonse ndeka inside uchoshe lomwe wangaikisha so ipesimo nokwacha atala ingoroshi ishinga kibombera ndoweno okushinga ngusha kwa kwebona ishinga bombale nokho kwemwesha kwa tishete shibombe takwaya kama unakanisa mwanasema ni mawali balaya sana makanisa yako kuna mumawali pesa de kanisa huko kama na kanisa la ozo kwa kama problema kanisa la alika kwa mwenda kwa mwacha mata mwenda kwa munga upana mara kwa kanisa so kama kanisa unaokuwa wapi sasa kushe bila nishapalezo
Thank you for
so
coming
much.
through. Quite a valid point there. The last point he raised to say, what did they say?
He was talking about how when you vote members of parliament or councillors into office,
it shouldn't be the ones that will come just during campaign and then they disappear.
It's a very
Quite
common scene.
Valid.
Very common.
Of course, there was even a song. Yeah. So you know them. You know them.
But Vashani, Vasakala Nyongo. Hey, they knew. If you want to see a humble politician, this is the time. I know quite a number of politicians that have been so arrogant. But this time around, when you see them, hey, as innocent as a dove.
No, but the prodigal son has returned. No, but me, I get to wonder, like, they vote you into power, and then you disappear. Only to appear after 5 years.
Yeah.
You even come and campaign.
Of course, with no shame. With absolutely no shame.
They call you for comments to say, no, the water this side,
They don't even pick up your phone calls. They don't even pick up phone calls.
You know, I actually stayed in Makeni for like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the member of parliament in the area I was in, or the councillor. I didn't know. I know Elizabeth P was for Kanyama thingy, and it's the same area. But councillor and rent season, that place is horrible because it's gravel roads and there's stones. I remember the community complaining about because of during rain season, like it's hard for you to get on a bus. Because buses say we're not going that side because the roads are bad. So the distance is like from Camnet to Central Mall. That's the distance you walk to get on a bus, because Central Mall is where the tarmac is, the Los Angeles road. So now I'm thinking, I've actually been a victim of such. You vote for a councillor, they never show up when you have problems.
It's very common. It's a very common scene in African politics.
Well, we are not campaign after 5 years.
Of course, and they don't. They do it with no shame. They do it with no shame. There's so many.
Bring a kachitenge, you
of course, a katerela.
Not even what's the strongest? Wax.
A katerela. You forget about all. Yes, you forget about all the challenges that you have. And women are victims of this because to impress a man you need a lot
of things.
Especially if he doesn't take alcohol, you need a lot, because then you have to give him money.
Of course.
Well, we have more comments coming through on Facebook. We have Charlie the journalist saying mass security materials mixed with phones and other useless stuff. This is very wrong. Fabian Favor. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
We're alright, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm sorry, this is Ghanaian morning.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, madam. My contribution is about the materials and this. We have a tendency of that because of them. And when this is there was a yes, this is the quality of the mistake. Completely. It came up with a completely different there. And the get job with that and more. Yeah, they are going to do there, and then they don't know the whole. So we actually do that goes to the strike of measures. So we get this the other thing is the political state. We can live in the country. For now, we know the country. So we have to keep it like that. We know the president. We know the country. Then now, in the benefit. Yeah, we will be that opportunity. But it is. If you don't elect this candidate, let this base to strong with other people. So the other campaign, and what happened is the government. That's the moment. And so those policemen, and then what happens is this government in it. So those are different times they have to work professionally. I don't know,
Thank you so much for your contribution, sir. You know, one thing that I have noticed about political leaders or political parties, when one thing happens to a certain political party, the rest are quiet. Let's say, for instance, something happened to MMD leader. He gets arrested, hypothetically speaking. You won't find the UPND in most cases commenting, or the PNU party commenting, or the Heritage Party, UNIP, these other parties commenting. You find it's like always a one-man show. It's always God for us all and me for myself. Which shouldn't be the case, because then I feel that if it happens to a person today, then definitely it's bound to happen to you tomorrow. So you can all fall victims of anything that happens to one person. But then you never see the opposition even just standing. You don't necessarily have to be in an alliance, in some form of an agreement, but even as individual political parties, you never see them standing for each other or condemning certain things that happen to one person. It's always just watching from the terraces.
Yeah, and not saying a word. And also, which brings me to my next comment, that most of the times, during campaigns, what I have noticed currently is that most of the political parties are not campaigning about what they're bringing to the people, but what the other political party is doing wrong. That's how they're wasting their time. Like, for example, if my party is PPM and your party is LKK, when you start your campaigns, I'll come and attack what you're campaigning for, instead of me coming to tell you, oh, he is bringing this, but as for me, this is what I am bringing. But I am going to attack you to say, they said this is what they'll be doing, but the thing is this and this and this and this. That's the common thing that has happened at this point.
I always give this example. It's the same, you know, when you are in, let's say, for instance, a man is pursuing a lady. There is no way that each time that man comes to pursue you, Precious, that they'll start talking about their competitor. To say, even Mr. Banda,
he came at you, buy you a car.
He said, he'll buy you a car. The next time I come to you, I'm like, but Mr. Banda also, how could he promise you that that he's going to pay for your masters? How can he, you know, each time I come to you as a suitor, I'm always talking about Mr. Banda or Mr. X that is pursuing you. It doesn't make sense. Then you will be thinking to say, but maybe Mr. Banda has something.
Because I haven't heard from Mr. X.
At the end of the day,
he's always attacking Mr. Banda. Sad. But anyway. Hello?
We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
This is John calling from Kidra.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, please. You know, Zambia is a Christian nation. Now the way the PFO having their campaign is not showing that Zambia is a Christian nation. If we go in the Bible, the king Nebuchadnezzar, when he started looking his, you know,
we seem to have lost that caller.
Yes, 0968675273. For now, we'll just take a quick break and then we'll be back on the other side.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet Channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
And bananas. Work and wait, and this what you've been praying for.
You're watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show right here on Camnet TV. Our topic of discussion is, do you think the political playing field is equal, is even, when it comes to all the political parties that are campaigning? Do you think the ruling Patriotic Front has an upper hand because they are the ruling? Do you think that the opposition also have an advantage? What are your opinions? The number that you are getting us on for your contributions, your comments, your concerns, whatever it is that you have to say. And also remember that the views expressed on this program by our callers are their own personal opinions and do not express the opinions of Camnet TV. Precious, the number that they're getting us on?
Yes, of course. So if you want to come through, it's 0968-675-273, 0968-675-273, or get to our Facebook platform. If you haven't liked the Camnet TV page, I don't know what you're waiting for. So like the page and share. Mention a friend to mention a friend's friend, and watch the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show live on Facebook. Now, quickly, as we are touching on elections and also looking forward to the 12th August 2021, and while the campaigns are going on, there's a group of poets that actually did something when it comes to your right as a citizen to vote. So let's quickly just get into this clip, and then we'll continue with the conversation on the other side.
Your vote and them, there is war of who's the best and who's the worst, who's the first and who's the last. They will sugarcoat words and ways, leaving you mentally diabetic as they come wearing costumes of generosity like, I can do anything for you. In fact, I can even bend the copper bullet for you. Such promises that have no character, they are made of plastic. Know that you and your vote are a priceless jewel, a diamond a man rocks. But who's more important? Is it who's given the vote or who's receiving the vote? Well, let me tell you about bees and honey. Bees, small glamorous insects for the eye to hold and capture, kings in their space, but if you intrude, you will get what you deserve. I swear, it's in their nature. Ubuchi, a result of togetherness, equal efforts, flying back and forth, tirelessly in the beaming sun, giving the best for their life to work, the only symbol they know of present and future. So they cross from corner to corner, from one end to the other to square up hope. It's in every drop they hold a glance of their tomorrow, a heartbeat engulfed in a drop. And of course, they are known for their might, esteemed that the giants are fallen. Takwa watu walipompa kukupola no kukupompolola bakamba. That's how they put up a stance for their significance, their tomorrow and their life work. Bees and honey. It's like us and our voice, as we all march like the majestic beings, loaded with greatness and power, channeled in a card ready to empower an ordinary man, hoping that he will stay true to his sweet words that made him a rare man. The reality of presidents is manifested because of a single vote that is embedded in a gift of trust given to one deemed worthy. So before you get misled and confused in the dust and nose and left with nothing, I won't leave you misguided. With this information is illumination that you shouldn't be blinded. For the truth is to know that you are democracy. You and me is democracy, the real power. But ignorance has robbed many of that power and pushed behind impermeable walls only to be carders, where young men and women have become troops of violence. Mothers and fathers compose and dance in the streets for handouts. It's a shame. And our son, pick yourself up in knowing that your vote is your right, your power, your wealth, your influence, your opinion, your value. It is your pride. Don't sell it cheap to satisfy their greed. No currency is enough for your democracy. Because when you give in that box, there is no refund. With this understanding, you can stand and defend yourself in that box as you channel your power. A man's ignorance can cripple his entire life, but one man's decision can affect the entire generation. Think about the little ones that cannot vote. Do you have them in that decision? To vote or not to? Go and vote now. The question is never about who's more important, but what's more important. Bees and honey.
Blackpith Zambia poet.
Deep.
Very deep. For Isaac to even say that I have liked this one, what do they do?
So I think one of the things that I got from the poem was that it's not about who is important, but it is about what is important. You may feel that, you know, you hold a certain position, whether in power or whether as an opposition leader. At the end of the day, what use is it to the Zambian people? It's not even about a person, it's not even about a persona. It's really about what you have to offer to the Zambian people. I want to see a Zambia that is developed at the end of the day. I want to see a Zambia where access to education is not something that should be debated about, where children, where girls are able to finish school, where issues of early marriages are a thing of the past, where it's okay to just thrive. You know, I was talking to some Americans not too long ago, and I asked them, they asked me what I do for a living, and I explained, and then one of them told me that they practiced pharmacy. They were pharmacists for like 15 years, and now they've been practicing law for over 10 years. And I'm like, in Zambia, such opportunities are rare. You don't switch careers like that. But you know, in countries like America, I know it's too far-fetched or whatever, but I hope to see a Zambia like that, one day. Or my children's children to be able to find a Zambia like that.
Getting into politics.
Where
it's like you have a vision. Just say.
Where opportunities are vast and you can just switch just like that, because at the end of the day you will be able to find something even more thrilling. If I find that journalism is not my passion after practicing, I should be able to change. But now I'm looking at, oh, my family has invested so much in me to get to where I am. I just can't switch because opportunities are not there. It's about time, it's about money, finances that are not available. But you see, with our friends, all these scholarships. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Very good morning to you.
Very good morning to you too. Who are you talking to and where are you calling us from?
You are talking to Mr. Piri.
Mr. Piri, please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, it is just a contribution.
Yes, please, sir.
I just want to know about these ballot papers. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ballot papers that have just arrived from Dubai. We are given to understand that they are in the country right away now.
Yes.
About 47 boxes. Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, in one of the boxes, we are given to understand that there are some telephones inside.
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, where are you going to keep those things? Though? In whose hands are they now?
Okay, I think they're currently in the hands of the police, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not
we
sure.
don't know yet
We
whose
need
hands
to
they're in.
get clarification on that. As of yesterday, as you may be aware that when ballot papers arrive in the country, they're taken to the ECZ warehouse for storage. So I don't want to assume that even the foreign material was taken to the warehouse. So we need to get clarification from the ECZ the way forward concerning the foreign materials that were found together with the consignment of ballot papers.
I'm not getting you clear. There's noise there.
Oh, okay. So what you do is just get back to your TV and then we'll explain.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Piri's concern is that the ballot papers that arrived from Dubai have some foreign material. So his concern is whose hands are the ballot papers and the foreign material? Whose hands are they in?
So as I was explaining, as we are all aware that when ballot papers arrive in the country, they are taken to the ECZ warehouse. So we are not sure as of yesterday, after the boxes were opened that were found with foreign materials, where they were taken, if they were taken together with the ballot papers or the airline separated them, we are not sure. So we are yet to get an official position from the Electoral Commission of Zambia concerning who is having those things in their possession. Yeah.
Okay. So there you have it for those that are wondering. And I've lost a thought. What were we talking about? We're talking about the poem. One thing I got from the poem is the part where he said, "You are democracy, I am democracy, and the decision you're making now, think of the children." Okay.
For the people.
For the people.
By the
By
people.
the people.
And what?
For the people, by the people. To the people, no?
Hi. I need to get back to my DS. Yes.
So the decision that you're making now as a voter is not just about you. It's about the people. It's about the future generation. It's about that. So while you're going to make that decision, even if you're not thinking about voting, think about how Zambia will be in the next 5 years. Think about that child who is 15 now that will have to vote in the next 5 years. Think about the economy, think about your constituency, your communities, think about all those things. Understand their manifesto, understand what they're bringing to you. He also mentioned something about currency or not, something like that. Let it not be something that they buy from you. Let your vote be something that you make, a decision that you make as a citizen, an independent decision, and let it not be influenced by material things.
You know, I'm just thinking about the society and the Zambia that we currently live in today. There are certain places, there are certain areas that... Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
We're all right, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from? Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah. My question is, those phones that were found know who is the king. We don't have the police. We don't have the courts. So there's no law enforcement agent that is going to give a clear direction from those points. The best one, the political party that will pass this concerning was supposed to be there and say, if those things are placed, that was going to be a good solution. The way it seems, those don't learn the special software to rig elections. Who knows? That claim was started by secret. How come proper that not know this? Some themselves to that care. Zambian, let's wake up. This is very bad for Zambia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great concern. It's like people have really lost trust in the police, the police service, and but which is a bad thing, because those are people that we have entrusted with.
Those are the people we need to run to in times of need. ECZ is a statutory body that was instituted to handle issues to do with elections in
And
whatever
if we don't
form.
trust them,
And if we don't trust them,
I
then
really don't know. We had issues with the Ministry of Health just some time back when they gave us honeybee pharmacy, Ministry of Health, how that got to the public. Just so much has been going on. 2021, it's only 6 months. Seven down the lane. Half year gone.
Yeah.
Now getting into the second one. But anyway, we're getting to the dying minutes of the show. Do you have anything to say, Liseli, before we close the
maybe
comments?
perhaps I can just read a few other comments that are coming through. This is coming from Juliet Nyemba, who says, "Be sincere, there is no fairness in these campaigns. ECL's visits to projects is too systematic, aimed at reaching every district in a very short period of time. You can't call that genuine project monitoring where there are no projects. He is visiting markets. Why? Let ECZ just allow rallies where masking up and disinfecting of venues can be a prerequisite requirements and would be easy to enforce by police than tear gas women, children and other innocent citizens gravitating the famous and popular HH. Please, ECZ, be professional, balance up the situation. Remember, God is watching you. Any bloodshed due to unfair election results, the blood will be on your head." But this is coming from Peter Bali. But what was the role of those political party representatives who went to Dubai? Those funds belong to... okay, let me skip this. At some big fish used it for free transportation. It's business to them as usual.
which brings us back to our earlier comment. So maybe someone just thought, "Papa dika space first if I'm pushing him," not knowing. But
But what I would want to know is if, because you know the ballot papers come in a box. If they were branded the same way, if the box was the same with the one carrying the funds, then
that's a problem.
Yes, that's a problem. Because
But if
why
they were
were they
different,
then maybe it was just a mistake. But if they were couriered in the same
and
packaging,
even because their papers there
and even
saying
it's also written on the boxes,
Shanshan,
then now
Shanshan.
it becomes a concern.
A great
Anyway,
concern.
as you have already alluded to, we are in the dying minutes. In fact, the minutes have died.
They're
finished. If that is even proper English.
Burn the foreign materials.
Yes. Well, it's been a good show.
Yeah, it has been a great show. Great show.
Please do join us next week, same time, same place, right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. On behalf of myself, Liseli Kanyanga Mubanga, and my colleague Precious Mzea Sakaleji, it's goodbye and God bless.
Thanks to Isaac Chifita.